1, 2, action. Is that getting old? I know it's getting old. His not connected. How does that sound? Sounds pretty sexy, I can imagine. Sup, the skill merchant. Should you play the skill merchant? As for her design, she has a weapon to her arm with 2 knives, which I might add is very satisfying if you hit the survivor. Besides that, she doesn't have a lot going on. It's just a woman with a thing on her face and some nails, I guess. I feel like it's just someone cosplaying, so I don't think her design is that cool. I don't think it's scary either. Yeah, there's not much I can say about it. There was 1 or 2 skins that I liked. But then besides that, all of her skins are also kind of not that great. Just more women cosplaying, so I don't know. As for her design, I'm not too much a fan. She's not scary either. So if you're looking for a scary dominating killer, then I don't think you should be looking more. I mean, you should watch the video a bit. Like, I mean, you could like watch other videos of mine that maybe do have scary dominant killers. So just finish this one and then go check out the others and subscribe. Now for lore, if you're here for the lore, this section's for you guys. I think her lore is pretty simple. It's basically she was born. Wait, no, it even started before she was born. Crazy. So there's this guy who likes writing mangas and illustrating things, and he met a wife and they married. That's why they're a wife. I mean, I guess they married. I just made that up. I'm not sure if I read that. It started as a business opportunity, the 2 of them, but then it started turning into a love story, and then they had a child, which is now the skill merchant. She was absolutely brilliant, very smart, always top of her class, but very, very competitive and very aggressive towards other competitors if, you know, she wasn't winning and stuff like that. That's how I read it, at least. Growing up, the manga business of her father didn't have a lot of money income at the time, and he was working somewhere else, but eventually lost that job. And then there wasn't enough income for her to keep going to the school she was going to, some private fancy school or whatever it was. So she had to find ways to make her own money, which she did. I think she kind of just flipped businesses, or started doing that at least, you know, buying small businesses and then turning it into something else by getting rid of employees and then making robots work there. Not entirely sure that's what they meant, but that's what I feel like it's what they meant. And then she sells the businesses for more money. No, she started with some website for mangas, which became very popular immediately, I guess. And then she was able to sell that for some good money, and then she got home with the paycheck. But when she did, her father left that morning also, never returning. So I don't think she saw her father again. So she couldn't help her dad. So, you know, she helped her mother with money, I guess. Started flipping more businesses. So there was something wrong with one of the CEOs or whatever. So she had to make a plan to get rid of him, or I don't know, to, you know, get the business. I don't think she was getting the business. So she made a plan where he sent him to Switzerland, and then she went there to hunt him down with her drones, and then she killed him or something, and then suddenly magically the business was hers. So she started doing that more because she loved murdering people. So basically if she wanted a business, she went after the owners, killed them, and they magically disappeared. Nobody asked questions, and now the business is hers. Which, you know, if you ask me, very suspicious. But, you know, by the time she was 18, she was already a millionaire somehow. 'Cause, you know, that makes total sense. And then one of them had witnesses who shot down the drone with a kite, tried to help him, but then she caught on and killed the guy, and then the witnesses started running away, which wasn't the plan, so she started hunting them down, hunger for more blood, and that's when the black fog came in and just scooped her up, I guess. Now she's in the realm of the entity, yeah, I guess. Now for her chase music, let me just listen to it real quick. How chase music works is it's separated in 4 layers. The first one is the first away, the second one is closer, the third one is very nearby, and the fourth one is when he's chasing you, when he's actively right behind you to kill her. The first one is 32 meters away, the second one is 16 meters, the third one is 8 meters, fourth one is right behind you. So the first one so far is very silent. Just don't feel like a lot is going on right now. Don't feel a lot of intensity. You know, it doesn't trigger anything. Now the second layer, they did add some intensity. It sounds pretty cool, and it's definitely triggering more that intensity, like, uh-oh. Now the second layer it's decent. And the third layer, they took the thing that's on the second layer and then put it all the way in the back, so you can hear it still a little bit, but the intensity is completely gone. I feel like they added some drums, and now it just feels like I'm playing some Donkey Kong game, or I'm in a jungle somewhere. It's not giving skill merchant vibes. I mean, the second layer was more in that area, which was more accurate, but yeah, I don't know. The third layer is not it. Now the fourth layer, they added some more intense drumming, some more aggressive drumming. Which it's cooler definitely the fourth layer. Still that intenseness is gone. I think they took the part from layer 2 and they just removed it because I can't find it right now. So I'd say the fourth layer is the best. Then the second layer, it's more intense. The second layer should be more it, if you hear me. If they had something of the second layer, more mixed in with more intensity in the fourth layer, I think it would have been really cool. The first and the third are, I feel like they failed a bit. Second one is good, the fourth one, it's okay. But it's not that scary either. Now for the power, I read a power on the website and I don't think they updated it because it was not what I was experiencing in the game at all. So I went into the game and I read it there and that's, that one was accurate. But whatever was on the website, they didn't update it and they probably should because it's just wrong. So you have these drones that you can put down, and when you put them down, you get some undetectable status. If they scan survivors, it locks onto them. And like, if they scan them again, they're gonna be able to get injured, I think, after an amount of times. And also, what's it called? So you can't heal anymore. I forgot the name for it, but survivors won't be able to heal themselves for a bit after being injured. You can also try to disable the cameras. They can also try to disable the drones, but if they fail to do so, they get cloud trap on them, which injures them as well, I think. I'm honestly still a bit confused about that. Either way, you can detect survivors with killer instinct, and they can also get injured by drones, and they can also disable them. In failing to disable them, they get a little bit punished, and if they do disable them, they're gonna be disabled for 45 seconds, which I think is pretty long, but whatever. Anyways, is it fun to play? Well, it's hard. It's hard to say. I feel like it could be a little bit cool, the idea and stuff, but I don't feel like it's working too much. At first, when it was working, I just didn't understand it. But now that I do understand it, I also play the games against survivors that knew how the skill merchant worked. I just had a bunch of drones on the maps and a 3-gen, and they were just, switching between gens the entire time, and I was just switching between the drones the entire time, and they were constantly disabling them, so I always had to just walk back and forth trying to find survivors and injure them, but I could never down them because they were always too fast, so I couldn't continue chasing because I had to get back to the gens before they were completed. And most of that game I just walked around the map and they just walked around the map, healed each other, did some gens and disabled the drones, and it was, I don't know, kind of boring. I feel like it would have been boring for both sides. It's just doing the same thing over and over, and there was no progress anywhere until they just had done a gen and all escaped. I think I had maybe one kill that game, I'm not even sure anymore. But sometimes it just feels like a powerless killer, which I forgot to say. You also have a little gadget that you can see survivors when they're scanned if they're still inside a zone, so you kind of just know where survivors are. Besides that, I don't feel like you can do a lot of with these drones, except for putting them down and hoping people will get injured or detected and stuff, and then you go find them and kill them, which, you just walk around. It really feels sometimes like you're just a powerless killer. My overall thoughts: should you play her? Honestly, if you're still choosing between other characters, I would not pick the Skull Merchant. If you're sitting on like 50k iridescent shells, I don't know, if you just have way too many iridescent shells, and why do I always say it wrong? If you just have way too many iridescent shards and you don't have anyone else to buy, I mean, you can buy her and try her out if she's on sale or something, but besides that, I'd say save your iridescent shards for someone else. But hey, maybe one day you buy her and you're like, damn, this is the coolest killer in the game, why did you say so? Well, I mean, it's just that, in my opinion. At the end of the day, my opinion, they could be different from yours. If you end up liking the killer and stalling buying her because of me, well, I'm sorry. More killer opinions coming soon, so make sure you subscribe and not miss them. Next up is gonna be the knight. One note on the singularity I forgot to mention: his attacking animation and his walking animation, I think they are really cool too. I just needed to put that in there. Subscribe.